I do everything over but on my other channel.
I asked for an equal, and this
Yeah, I'm about to skip this shit.
is what you find. Sir, perhaps a new hunting ground.
New York City. Power. That nigga Sandman, that nigga Punk, that nigga What? What the fuck Venom at? Venom was
Like the
definitely in.
fires,
Oh, Venom walked
great
up.
hunt
I
begins.
forgot. That nigga's like 3 billion feet down the ocean. Spider-Man 2, baby.
The app is busted. Pete, you seeing this? Hold on a sec, Miles.
Bitch, start to the middle part, Nick.
I got it. You're gonna be safe. Yeah, same here. Hey, Genki?
I know. The whole city's telecom network is down.
What's happening to the requests that are coming in?
They'll all get
They
queued, but
changed it because Genki supposed to be
I'm gonna try to
Spider-Man
work around it.
friend
Work fast.
and shit. Or am I wrong?
Right before the app went down, I saw a request for help at Liberty and Broadway.
Exhaustion since he can't practice archery.
Headed there
Because
now.
Neil keeps making fun of him. He's lost in thoughts when
What
a
a
bag
mess.
belonging to a demi-human comes flying towards him. He
Marco,
returns it to its owner
got into
and
you?
sees the demi-human's face, which makes him realize that he looks similar to them. A girl starts hitting
There they are.
Makoto, making him notice he's in a
I've
red
got you.
light
Hold on.
district. Before things get too far, he's taken away by Tomo and
Get your monkey ass out the ground.
never
now.
Makoto.
Oh,
He considers them his family.
his
As
lungs
at
kinda
first
got
he said
crushed.
yes, they have nothing to do with what he was doing. This makes them furious, and they tear apart his clothes. But before they can do anything, he runs away by creating an escape. Emma sees Makoto
Hell
hanging
no,
in a
pal.
tree, and from the pink
What the
nest of
fuck?
spider webs, she understands the situation. She tells him that his protective gear is ready.
Get your bitch ass out the truck.
He tries his new gear and is pleased with it. The
Yeah.
son
On it, Chief.
arrives and apologizes for the previous night. He says it's alright, but tells her not to do it again. He asks her about the
If you're
rates running
ADP and you
the
try to
commercial
fuck a
hours,
minor,
and she tells him
your
he
ass
doesn't.
will get
He
touched.
gets scared of what she'll do and decides to go with her. They soon reach the Tesseract forest, and because they sense someone following them, they decide to get out of their sight. They find the ambrosia flowers, and Makoto feels someone must be taking care of them because of how great they look. He gets a flashback. We see him holding his sister's hand, so he asks Mia to hold his hand, since the ground is slippery. She gets happy by this, interrupted by
Bitch, I just
oppositions,
flipped
which makes
this
them
backward.
Mr.
the
Parker,
humans also
I need your help
arrive
to
and
get
get
the app
ready to
back
steal the
online.
flowers,
What do you need?
making the
Get to the
forest
roof of the
guardians
building
eat
on
their
4th
own
and
leaves.
Lafayette.
Eris
What's the plan?
attacks using ice
It's
magic,
gonna be hours
and the
before the
human girl
telecom network's
asks
back up,
Makoto why
so
he's fighting
we're
back,
gonna
as
create
he
our own
realizes
network.
she's the same
It's a big
girl
job.
from the night before.
How long have you been
Makoto
planning
easily
this?
deflects Eris's
Dreaming
attack,
about it
so
since
she
7th
attacks
grade,
with her
but
flame
planning,
arrows, but he
the
blocks
last
them
few
with his
minutes or so.
defensive kind. He thinks he can get the situation under control, but notices Mio getting in,
There should
preparing
be
to
a
kill
launcher
everyone.
around there.
Tomo
is all this
telepathically
stuff?
Nah, bro,
communicates
this
with
how the
Environmental
Makoto
shit
study by an
be.
and asks
startup.
for her help,
The
but
launcher
she
is for high
refuses because
altitude
he
weather
went along
sensors.
with Mio
And
and
this
also held
startup
her
gave
hand.
us permission?
To make her help
Yes.
him, he
I
allows
checked
her
with
to
the head
make a
guy.
Papa.
katana and
Super nice.
cultivate
Seemed
rice.
excited about helping out
She tells
Spider-Man.
him to distract adventurers so she can open a mist gate and transfer them to Mirage City, and to calm Mio, he should feed her her favorite food. Makoto pushes the adventurers into
Okay,
the mist gate
tell me what
and
to do.
gives his blood to
Still
Mio,
got that 3D
bringing
printer
her
built
back
into
to
your web
normal.
shoes, right?
She
I
uses
need
her
you to build
dark
something real
magic
quick.
to absorb the mana
Just
of
send
the
me the
elves
blueprints.
and stop their attacks.
Got 'em.
Makoto tells her to tie them
Oh,
up in
that's a
cases
spider
and attack
bot.
again, and he explains that he didn't come to
This
steal the
looks like a
flowers,
drone.
saying he just wants
We
to
don't
talk.
spy on
So
people,
they
Yankee.
take them to their
Oh,
village,
no.
while
It's all
Makoto
opt-in.
realizes that a
Just New
familiar
Yorkers
magic
sending
barrier
messages
has
to the
been
app,
set
and it
up
gets
around
routed
the
through these
village to
drones,
hide its
which I
presence.
call
They're
Focus
greeted by the
Relay
elders
Neighborhood
and their
Data Spots.
representative Nell, who
FRND.
calls himself a forest ogre,
Did I just
surprising
make a
Mia
friend?
because she
You
thought
did.
they were elves. Neil's son
Seventh
Adano
grade me
arrives
was
to greet
so
Makoto
wholesome.
and mentions
Okay,
that they aren't
now,
different from elves,
how do we get
even
this
if
thing
they
airborne?
She made a
change their
friend.
names. The elders say that
There's
elves
a
leave
lot
the
of
Oh,
forest
shit.
behind,
traffic.
whereas
So
the
try to
forest
follow the
ogres
path I
protect
marked
the
on your
forest.
visor.
But
It'll give
Adano
us a
wonders
clearer
how
signal.
long they plan to live in hiding, because the dragon's barrier is constantly getting weaker. Makoto mentions he's just a merchant looking for medicinal ingredients, but Adano is suspicious of how strong he is, so the elders continue
I
to
missed
question
every
him.
fucking single one.
Afterwards, Aqua and Eris apologize to Makoto
Local
and
network
ask him
should
to
be
meet
online.
their master Mundo,
Let me notify
who
the
arrives by breaking the wall. He shakes Makoto's hand, but seeing him hold his hand
Reports
for
should
longer than
start
she
coming
ever
in any
could,
minute now.
Mio gets angry and sends him flying. Makoto tells Mio he wants her to spy on Adano and Mundo,
We
which
did it!
excites her because she has seen spies in his memories.
Back in business.
After gathering the information, she reports to Makoto that Mundo is possessed by something, whereas Adano is in contact with the demons, so he tells her to go back to the demi-plane and swap with Tomo, because there's something he wants to confirm with her. The elves throw a feast for him, but he sees Mundo and Adano arguing. Suddenly, a skeleton monster appears from Mundo's body and kills Adano, so Makoto confronts him. He notes that he just sucked the life force out of Mundo's body and that he's still alive, but he had to kill Adano because of his connections with a particular woman. Based on his gaming knowledge, Makoto knows that the monster is a lich. The monster tries to attack him, but thanks to Mundo's
There.
resistance
Prime
against
report
fast
just came in.
attacks, it doesn't work on him. He then uses Mio's dark magic to absorb the lich's mana, completely overwhelming him.
up!
Tomo
Yeah, that Franklin on what?
gates and talk to him later. His victory surprises everyone, and they question if he's really a merchant, revealing they had planned to kill him after the feast, which makes him horrified. Tomo talks to Nell, but he fails to
Dang,
recognize
you're
her, so
breaking.
she reminds him that he was the one who asked her to set up the mist barrier around their village. She intimidates him, and he suddenly realizes who she is, so he tells them to develop her. She tells them to instead help
was it to have a gun club in the city?
They return to interrogate the lich, and Makoto asks him why he was in the village.
I think I'm gonna start a petition.
The forest
Replace
ogres
all the
and their
gun
abilities,
clubs with
but
something
Tomo
better.
asks him why he became an undead.
Like a compliment
He
club.
reveals he wants to become
Compliments
a
don't
friend,
hurt anyone,
a species
and they're
superior to
free.
humans in every way, and asks Makoto
For
how he
example,
defeated him.
you
So
take a
Makoto
punch
explains
really well.
that he used
Good
dark
job.
magic to consume mana when he was casting his spell. The lich
Hey,
thinks he's
I
lying
think I'm
because
onto
it would
something.
require a ridiculous
Less
amount of
guns,
mana.
more
They
compliments.
Mio and Tomo
Stop you no
threaten
matter
to
what.
kill him, but Makoto calms them down. He wonders if the lich has any sort of force he can find, which thinks he's better. But Makoto mentions how he can learn magic on a single page written from Emma. Tomo suggests keeping the lich around to help him learn magic, and she mentions how he must become a grant because he knows of other worlds that aren't created with the goddess, and he must believe grants can travel between worlds. Makoto wonders if he can return to his old world. Tomo thinks it's impossible, because many have tried to travel between worlds, and only a few have succeeded. She feels that grants aren't the ones with the power to travel between worlds,
More of 'em
but
coming.
rather those who have successfully
Let's give 'em a
moved
warm
worlds.
welcome.
Makoto wonders if there's a way to do it, but according to Tomo, even if the goddess herself opened up a path, the survival rate is less than 10%. She proposes that Makoto form a contract with the Lich since he wants to learn magic from him, and they both agree. Makoto is too strong, so he needs to alter his band in order to form a contract. The ritual is completed.
Is that
and the
damn
Lich
gun
returns
on
to
the
his
car?
group, making Makoto the opportunity to be a servant, and he's given the name Shiki. Tomo tells him he has a lot to learn. There's suddenly an explosion, and Tomo
Hey guys,
mistake.
my app is still down.
tells me to stop Tomo's
Trying to
bleeding
innovate
and to
here.
take Shiki
Give me a a minute.
The explosion
I'll call you back.
Shiki tried to follow him.
He's mad at me.
Celeste
masquerades his anger sometimes. Just keep looking for people to help.
No, you sound like you're angry.
I'm not angry, Miles. Just focus.
That's what my mom always says when she's angry.
Come on. You've known me for a long time. When have you ever seen me angry? It was a rhetorical question.
Got it. That one time we were playing a board game at your place and you kept losing.
I wasn't angry at you. I was angry at the universe. You can't stop us, Spider-Man.
But Makoto can't use healing magic. This time, which is he finds two Kai spells and successfully uses them. He's confused why he's met perfectly, and a girl hands him a necklace, which he remembers belonging to the orc from the party. Makoto reaches the explosion site and finds traces of this game, and he wonders if it's due to the explosion. He notices four gates and senses Tomo's clone, as well as the orc and adventurers from the other side of the gate. The gates start closing, and he remembers what Mio told him about a person's consciousness disappearing when they die.
Okay,
One gate
the new app is
left, and
compiling.
he tries to save the
I
adventurer
figured as
on
long
the
as
other
we're at it,
side,
we might as
but
well
he
give it an
starts seeing
upgrade.
her memories.
We don't need
We
anything
learned the
fancy.
girl
We
he met
just
in
need
the
to see
red light
citizen
district
reports.
was after him as
Totally.
part of her plan.
While the
She
patch
and
is
her fellow
updating, you should
adventurers
widen the
stole
net.
several items from
Let's
the
check in
Mirage
with
City,
Miles.
but as they were escaping, a young orc saw them, and when the orc and the others tried to stop them, the girl threw one of the bags, but inside it was a ring
there.
that had absorbed
She was having
Makoto's
trouble
mana,
breathing.
which caused the explosion.
Miles, you busy?
Tomo's
What do you
clone
need?
tried to
Get
protect
to the roof of
everyone
that
using
building
the water
nearby.
wall, but the explosion was so powerful that it broke through the barrier, killing everyone. It created a mist gate, which is how the girl teleported inside, where she simply
Yo,
got off with
You
stolen
sounded
weapons.
stressed earlier.
Suddenly, Mist
doing
surrounds
okay?
her. Makoto
Yeah,
appears
there's
with a
just a lot
terrifying
going on,
look.
and I'm
He isn't
hungry,
wearing his
and the vending
mask,
machine only
so
has
the girl
those plain
starts
low
insulting
sodium
him
table
for his
crackers.
looks. He
Oh,
ignores
man, that
this and
sucks.
wishes he killed her.
Well, I know that pain.
Hey, so I'm finally doing that app upgrade I've been talking about, with a little help from my friend.
She attacks Makoto.
That's a
cuts
brilliant
with her
pun that
hands,
doesn't make
knocks
sense.
her down,
But it will
telling
in a
her
minute.
she deserves it. She begs him to stay away, but he finds her irritating and finishes her off. Tears start rolling down his eyes, and he wonders if it's because this is the first time he's intentionally killed someone, or because of the deaths caused by the explosion. But he concludes that it's because dying was a sad thing he used to live in. The next day, Makoto holds a traditional orc funeral for the dead and pretends to be fine. He tells Tomo about his experience of seeing the girl's memories, and she feels happy knowing he killed the adventurer as the true king of the demi-plane. He wonders if he's becoming like them because of the contract, but this makes Tomo laugh, and she explains that no part of the
here.
servant can enter the
There
master's
should be a
body.
launcher somewhere
Tomo
around there.
believes he could use her power
I don't
because
see
of their
anything that looks
connection,
like a
which
launcher.
makes him angry. But Tomo
Maybe it's under the
clarifies she's
sand?
talking about the trust between them. Shiki tells him he can use any of his servant's power, but it'll take time to get used to it. Tomo explains that the trust between master and the servant is the key, so when a master faces an enemy, the servant's power may manifest in him. Mio gets jealous because
I knew that bitch was on here.
I see the
and
launcher.
the girls
Now
start
what?
fighting over
You're gonna
who's
3D
closer
print
to
a
him.
friend.
Later, Fudo tells Emma about creating a wall around the Mirage City to protect the weak and the children, and he also wants the Lizard Man to patrol the area. He tells the Alkies to take turns in pretending to be adventurers, staying in Mirage
I got a
City,
hack
so
or
they can
something. I
gather
thought he was
information.
mad.
Far
The
end.
dwarves go on to brief him on managing the warehouse, where they plan to dispose of the
relay
waste
network drone.
anyway, and add
Close,
safety
but
precautions.
it doesn't really matter.
After
What
meeting
matters
the
is
parents
that
of
it
the dead
uses
orc,
spatial and temporal
Makoto
correlated
meets his
signals.
friend and apologizes, but the orc
Over-the-air
reminds him that he
computation?
saved their village, so they all
You're a
happily
genius,
offer
Genki.
their lives for him.
You.
He still feels bad and promises to make things right.
I marked a path for
Makoto
optimal
meets
network
Patrick,
stability.
who tells him
You
about
stay in
the
the
usual
path, you
town
get a
of the
stronger
Rotsguard
signal.
Academy. He shows Makoto a map, which surprises him because it looks a lot like Japan. Makoto plans to leave immediately, but before going, he reveals he lied and removes his mask. They are shocked to see his face, but Patrick assures him he still trusts him.
Okay.
He never
Local
stopped
network
loving his
disconnected.
family even when they were transformed by the curse, but Makoto is a little offended by the comparison. Neil and Tomo wonder why he's
New
only
crime
taking
report.
Shiki with him
I
on his
see it.
trip,
On
but
my
he
way.
explains that Shiki will be more helpful because he's a former human researcher, and he also won't destroy any towns. He mentions that he was fine with not understanding the world
Boy said
before,
Spider-Man
but
was
after
at
the
the gun
recent
club.
incident,
Gotta
he
move
wants to
before
learn
he gets
more
here.
about the world and his parents. He apologizes for leaving, but
Hey,
gives Tomo his
you
memories
hand?
of swordsmanship and Mio his memories of firearms. Tomo tells him that while he's gone, she'll try to get the forest owners to move to the Debbie Plain,
Lost your
whereas
keys?
Mio
There's a
maintains
locksmith up the
Garage
street.
City and their shop and such.
All of you
Makoto
guys
and
are
Shiki
for 1
get
hour
ready to
car?
leave.
Seems like
He gets
overkill.
teleported somewhere else and is attacked by 2 adventurers.
Done now,
Sophia
Spider-Man.
answer. He
What if
dodges their
instead of
attack
stealing
and
you,
gets his fingers
I don't
stripped
know,
off.
tried to help
On the
rescue
other
people?
Mijo, are you
the main
okay?
forces from
Yeah, Ma.
Lemia and
You
Britannia
okay?
will soon be fighting the demons.
I'm downtown helping Lord.
He's confused at what's going on and remembers hearing the goddess's voice before
Have you
getting
met with
teleported.
Nita?
Sophia thinks
no.
he's a demi-human,
He won't.
so she wonders if he's
Spider-Man
really
isn't
the
going to
goddess's
get you into
hero.
college.
She
I'll make it,
continues
Ma.
to attack,
Promise.
so he
Gotta
uses
run.
barriers and is strengthening time to protect himself. But it isn't enough to fully
I won't even take no damage.
His injury is also more serious than he thought, so he uses a bowstring to stop the bleeding. He learns that a war has broken out between humans and demons, and his attackers have chosen to side with the demons. Lancer tells Sophia to destroy Makoto because he's preventing the demon army from advancing, and Makoto thinks about retreating to the Demi-Plane, but he knows he'll be followed, so he prepares to fight. He attacks with a rapid-fire barrage, and while his enemies are occupied with defending, he uses his concealing Kai and tries to escape, but crystal walls suddenly appear around him. Makoto uses barriers on his feet to break the walls, but Sophia attempts to catch up to him. She thinks he isn't good at fighting, but has weird abilities, and Lancer believes he's receiving the goddess's protection. Sophia puts on rain necklaces.
Hell no.
Makoto tells him he wasn't receiving anything from the
He
goddess.
made the ground shake.
Makoto learns that Sophia is the famous dragon hunter, and Lancer is actually a dragon. He
Give me a
tells them
physics
he's
class right now.
doesn't want to fight,
Memorizing
but they
abstract
don't
equations
believe
for
him and
hypothetical
prepares to
situations.
attack. Since he has no other choice, they
I think I like this kind of
and
physics
uses
better.
his strength kind which floats her away. He switches to his investigative kind to see them through the dust, and he uses a special gun made by the dwarves to fire a devastating shot. Sophia and Lancer try to block it, but it splits up into multiple shots and breaks through their defense. Makoto follows up with a water arrow, and Lancer thinks he can block it since he can also use water magic. He is surprised that Makoto's affinity for water magic is greater than him, causing him to freeze. Sophia uses this opportunity to chop off Makoto's head, but he narrowly dodges her attack. She attacks him with all her strength, but Makoto blocks it with a arrow, and it breaks her sword. He's amazed by the work of the dwarves, but Sophia suddenly grabs him, and Lancer creates crystals in the sky, which he uses to confuse the swamp with
Y'all aren't very good at this. I know a great guidance
She
counselor if you
returns
need
to the
career
ground
advice.
and thinks that Makoto is done for, but he shoots fireballs to destroy the crystals, and fire starts raining from the sky, hitting both the demon and human armies. He uses the power from his mana rings to fire a huge water arrow, and everyone watches as a massive pillar descends. It freezes everyone around as it lands, while Makoto disappears into thin air. As the rings shatter, there's a massive water explosion, and it creates a floating lake, but we see Sophia and Lancer manage to survive. They think Makoto must have died in the attack, but Sophia swears to kill him if he's still alive. When Makoto wakes up, he notices Tomo and Mio sleeping next to him, and surprisingly, all his injuries are healed.
Nice work.
He tells everyone
request
about
just came
Sophia
in.
and Lancer, and Shiki mentions that the goddess manipulated him to fight the demon army.
Nice work on the app.
Mio gets angry,
This'll help a
but
lot of
Makoto
people.
believes it's his
Thanks.
fault because he got
Miles,
careless,
let's hit
and
these
thinks
last
he must
requests and get
increase
back
the
to
amount of mana he can use at once. So he decides to study at the academy with Shiki. Tomo thinks she and Mio should travel with them, because the goddess can interfere at any time, but he mentions he wants to hide them from her, calling them his trump card. Tomo introduces Makoto to her new clone, which she made using one of his rings, and he names her Tomo.
They
Tomo mentions how hard and then lets her use his clone, and
bitch get out the bed.
Check it out.
Mio gets mad hearing this. He says the forest owners have also moved into the Demi Plane, and Tomo plans to prepare them for the dimensional ranking.
Marco memory.
What the hell?
Me.
Didn't we just whoop you? You still here, Marco?
Eris quickly heals him. Everyone is impressed with their services, and even Patrick is
Miles, it's MJ. Just checking in.
I think I'm finding Sandman again. Did he escape already?
No, I'm at the raft. It's right in front of me. I have a hunch. Sit tight. Let me talk to his doctors.
Me.
Okay, now you pissed me off.
On the way across, Shiki reached the town of Opus. Makoto mentions
Okay, I talked to the doctor. Is there a sand crystal thingy near you?
Yes!
Okay. The doctors say Marco's mind is broken. Literally shattered into pieces.
Freaky! So why are these sand dudes attacking me?
Probably bits of his subconscious trying to protect whatever's in that crystal. But listen, if you can find all the pieces, they say you might be able to make him whole again.
Being a sand person sounds complicated.
at least the most here. She's singing again. Don't try to actually, it's oh my gosh, she's really singing. I'm watching 5 streams. That's my lord. I'll be downloading time. Because it's a sandbox for people to creativity. That's one who's created playtime to an even more engaging and learning experience. Yeah, deeper, kids can turn
Me.
into anything. It makes modding Minecraft easy and with visually interactive robots. Programming experience required to get started.
Okay, Marco.
Kids learn
What was your
a guided,
subconscious?
hands-on approach that individualizes the learning experience. Secret subscription. Kids have access to numerous micro-courses that cover coding concepts, how to use Tinker's creative tools. Back at the demi-plane, Neil practices cooking so she can
Alright, I'm off. About to end the
out
stream.
after eating the food she prepared. Tomo's glad she didn't serve it
One minute I was with you, and the
because
next
she made the curry just like in Makoto's memories. Tomo wonders if Mio has ever eaten rice curry. She tells her that she hasn't, because it's a dish
That
with
was a part
other.
of Marco's memory.
She didn't even ask
I'm
Makoto
just
how to
that
make
there were more
it,
crystals
because she
scattered
wanted to
around the
surprise
city.
him. Emma
Gotta
and
keep
Beer
an eye
wonder if the green part is a mineral ore, and she looked delicious
you
in
wanna grab that
Makoto's
last
memory.
request?
They tell
Looks like
her
some
that the
VIP
original
stuck in a limo.
ingredient was probably a bell pepper.
On it.
Mio eats the curry and finds no issue with it.
Thank you.
Tells her most
Mrs.
people
Sumida
aren't
still
able to
there?
eat minerals
Yeah,
like her,
he's
and
with
this
Haley right now.
surprises her.
She's trying to
Tomo
stall him
isn't
for
sure if she's studying
Nice.
cooking, but
Hopefully
Mio
he's gonna
mentioned
tell me how to
Melanie
write my
Honey was
college
a plan.
essay.
You're not
Tomo
done with
asks
that
her to
yet?
prepare toast to
You
test
know,
her, and
since
Mio
I already
thinks
got
it's easy.
into ESU,
She uses
I
her
can help
flames
you.
and
Nah,
forgets it completely.
you do too much
On
already.
the other hand,
Plus,
Makoto tries
if you
to
help
meat
me
for
get
the
into
first
college,
time, and
you
is
never shut up
surprised by
about
its
it.
texture.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
restaurant owner wanted him to at least pretend to enjoy the food. Makoto tells him he liked its taste. He wonders if it's made from slime, which impresses the owner, and he thinks Makoto must be a good adventurer because he easily
Gotta
identified the
focus.
ingredients.
People need my help.
He mentions he's submitted a request to the guild for slime hunting and asks Makoto for help, but he tells him that he's thinking of a merchant and is traveling to Rodsgard.
Hey,
This draws
stay away
everyone's
from that
attention,
limo.
and Makoto realizes he's being watched, so he leaves after paying his bill. Makoto walks around the city, and everyone thinks a lot of his ugliness, which makes him question his decision to take off his bed. Tom compared to his first visit to the human town. Makoto goes to the guild, where the receptionist he completed a special mission
Paparazzi's
on
bad
being
enough.
just an
The
adventurer.
paparazzi with guns?
He notices the slime hunting quest, but he can't accept it because
Y'all are
there's
the
a
worst,
big rank
you know that?
requirement. He hears a girl telling the receptionist that the castle
Why can't we all just let people be people?
because it's a song he loved in his previous life. She asks why they aren't helping her. The receptionist tells her that they're understaffed and can't even do anything. happening to him. Even the thing that first nuts. Adventurers make saying that at first this be a need for adventurers, and the girl believes that God is thankful for the people like them. The adventurers start harassing the girl, and she rushes walks in the street and realizes he's being followed.
Begging for money,
The
nigga.
guy, and
Let's check on
the
that person in the
adventurers
limo.
are attacking the girl and her partner, so he decides to help them. He defeats the men following him and sends them flying towards the harassers. One of them takes out his knife to attack Makoto, and isn't given the chance and defeats them instantly. He heals her partner using his healing eye, and she wonders if he's helping them because he's a demi-human. He tells her that despite his ugly appearance,
That's not the
he
man.
introduces her to
Seriously,
and the girl tells him she's on top of the village, and her partner is Ito.
Jameson. Sunday got killed.
So large and scary.
Not really. He carried.
She can't wait.
All right, Mr.
Kill
Jameson.
with the bandits.
Let's get you to the
And
He's
hospital.
Spider-Man,
You gotta come see who the VIP in the limo was.
I shudder in anticipation. Stealing a hydrant, then I'm on my way.
Mr. Jameson, it's Spider-Man. You with me?
Ito regains consciousness and asks Lana if he can help them.
Look who it is.
She tells him that he apologizes for not being strong enough to deal with the bandits.
Jonah, my
Makoto says he will
sunshine. You
escort them
okay?
to their village. He mentions that it'll take a long time to reach it because it's very far.
No,
He tells
I'm
them it's
helping you,
fine,
man.
and not to bite their tongue as he grabs them and starts jumping from one tree to the next.
Things never
They
change.
reach the village and Lana tells him to wait while she explains the situation to everyone. After she leaves, Ito asks Ito if he is a part of the village, and he's surprised that because of her language. Ito reveals that Lana and a few villagers are kind to him, but the others will never allow a demi-human like him to enter their village.
Menaces. I'm surrounded by menaces. But J. Jonah Jameson.
He was outside and smiling. She want that Spider-Man key.
Great sense of smell like him. He tells Ito that he was pretending to be unconscious when he was carrying him, thinking he couldn't face Lana after putting her in danger. But he advises him to protect her if he wishes to be
Where
with
are
her.
you?
Makoto's
Principal Evans.
investigative
Hi.
kind detects something
Yes,
else,
this is
and he
me,
starts going
Peter
towards
Parker.
the mountain.
I'm
But
sorry,
Ito tries to
there
stop
was an
him,
emergency
and
and
he realizes that
I'll be
Ito
there soon, I
also
promise.
knows what's present there.
I better
Ito
see you
isn't
in
sure why
10
he's doing
seconds.
this.
Oh no,
So he mentions not liking the bandits using his favorite
breaking up.
song's name.
Well,
Ito wonders how he can ever repay him, so he tells him that he owns a trading company where several demi-humans work, so if they ever come to their village, they should treat them well. In the demi-plane,
Well, this is gonna be doing.
who still isn't sure what she's doing wrong. Tomo tells her that
This
just
is going to
using
be.
ingredients won't make the food taste
It's been a
good
fun time.
because different
Peace
species
out.